To Mr. Thompson's math tutorials. Today what we're going to be looking at is finding the median in a set of data. Okay, and what we're doing is we're looking at sulfur emissions from 1950 and 2000 in the East Asia and Pacific region. We gathered all this data here. Here's all this data that we were looking at before. And one important thing to remember about this is that this is being measured in kilotons. So a kiloton is 1,000 tons. So this is basically 1,000,000 kilograms of sulfur that's emitted. So when we look at something like China here, when we look at 9976 kilotons, you have to tack on 6 zeros to this. So this is the number of kilograms that China released in the year 2000. That's kind of an important understanding of this data, just to try to keep it in your head. Now, today what we're going to be looking at is the median. So what I need to do is find the median of this set of data. And so we're going to start by looking at the 1950 data. I ordered these things, and this is super helpful. It's very helpful if you order these things from smallest to biggest. You don't have to, but it makes your life a lot easier, especially when you're finding the other sorts of pieces of data that are important for this. So my suggestion to you is always actually order these from smallest to biggest, okay? Or from biggest to smallest, is up to you, but you want to do that. Now, we have 22 pieces of data here. And what we're going to do is we have to find the middle. So, well, what's halfway between 1 and 22? Well, we can add 1 plus 22 to find out and divide that by 2. So when I add this together, I end up with 23 over 2. And when I divide that in half, I end up with 11.5. Now, we of course don't have 11.5 in our thing, but what that tells us is it's halfway between 11 and 12. So I would find the 11th piece of data and the 12th piece of data, and it's going to be halfway between that. Whenever I have an even number of pieces of data, I always have to find the two numbers that are in the middle. So let's count to number 11 and 12, and we're going to use those to find the number in the middle, which would be 11.5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 and there's 12. So I want those two pieces of data right there. Okay. So I found those two pieces of data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add them together. So 8 plus 7.7, and I'm going to divide that by 2. And that's going to tell me what number is in between these two numbers. So I'll just use a calculator to do this real quick. I have 7.7 plus 8 equals, and then I'm going to divide that by 2. And so what I end up with is my median being 7.85. Okay, let's look at this at another set of data. Okay, so let's look at the year 2000 values. So I look here, and I'm going to do roughly the same thing. I know that I have the same number of values, which is 22. So again, I'm going to look for the 11 and 12th piece of data. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I'm going to add together 82 plus 89, and I'm going to divide that by 2. So 82 plus 89 divided by 2 is going to give me 85.5, and that's going to be the median of that set of data. Thank you for watching.